Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Sky Kershner here. Just wanted to do a little tutorial on the first two of the MIAI practices, the practice starter and the starter select what to reflect. So let's bring those up and take a look at them and see how they're set up. So we click try it now. And this one is basically a simple way to practice asking a question, making reflections. Making reflections is preferred, making reflections and giving affirmations. So I'm going to enter my name, Sky English, and let's get started here. Since it's taking a little while to load up, let me say this is a lot more fun with two people or in a group. So you might get together with a buddy and work this out together. But since it's just me and you, we'll work it out. So in my practice, ready to dive in, reflecting and affirming. Let's try reflecting and affirming. So the client says, I've been thinking of joining a gym, but I can't get myself to commit. What's your response? Now, you could respond to any number of things here. You could respond to thinking about joining the gym. You could respond to can't get myself to commit. You could do a double-sided reflection, turn the but into an and. I'm just going to be very simple here. I'm going to side with the sustained talk, which is I can't get myself to commit, just to give empathy. This is someone who's in they're in contemplation. They're thinking about it, but they're worried about their commitment. So I'm going to say committing is hard. All right, let's see what happens here. And here the coach, this is the MI coach saying, your response seems to be a simple reflection, highlighting the difficulty of committing, which shows understanding of the client's situation. Great job reflecting the challenge they face. It shows empathy. It's a gentle way to further explore the feelings or barriers. Keep up the good work. Here's somebody in pre-contemplation stage. I'm not really interested in changing my career path, even though everyone says I should. And you see, there is a little bit of a conflict, but it's not a conflict within the person. The conflict is between the person and everyone else. So when this is the case, we want to stay with them. Usually, especially on the first interaction, we could say, we could be curious about what is everyone saying, but I want to be with the person first and say, so I'm just going to say, you're fine with where things are in your life and in your career. And let's see how the MI scores that. Your response is a simple reflection. It captures the client contentment with their current situation. This is really useful because we want to build safety and empathy for their current situation. So I know I'm reflecting back the sustained talk. I like to do this because it creates safety. Feedback nicely done, acceptance of their career situation. I validate their current feelings and stance. Now, I'm not going to leave it at that. We're going to develop more discrepancy here, but it's a great way to start off. You're doing great. Thanks, MI coach. I appreciate that. Now we've got a contemplation stage. You've been thinking about picking up painting again as a hobby, but I'm not sure if I have the time. Okay, now I'm going to get more complex. I'm going to go for a double-sided reflection here. Do you remember how to do that? Maybe from your training? we've got one, so a double-sided reflection is two sides, and we want to hold them equally. The word but here does not hold it equally, so I'm going to replace the word and let's see. If on the double-sided reflection I end with, I'm not sure I have the time, we're going to be evoking more sustained talk. So I'm going to flip that around too. And let's see what I come up with here. You're really busy and you don't have much time. And at the same time, you would like to start being creative again with your painting. All right, now let's see how this gets stored. I'm thinking this is a double-sided reflection. I've ended with the creativity and the painting, so it's a little bit of an affirmation. So she didn't say anything about creativity. They're talking about a hobby, but I'm guessing they value being creative. And I've also used and at the same time, so I'm holding those equally. Let's see what the coach does with that. Hopefully it will see that this is a more complex double-sided reflection. We'll see. Complex reflection captures the client's ambivalence, acknowledges both their time constraints and the desire to reignite, that's a nice word, their creativity. Excellent work. This complex reflection demonstrates empathy. It helps them feel understood and can encourage them to explore their priorities and motivations further. Keep it up. Hooray. Pat on the back. Good job, Poppy. And that's how the starter works. If you're just beginning, just repeat back any old thing that you can hear. I'm just going to repeat back. You're looking at healthier recipes, right? Or I could make it a little complex. You don't have the time to cook. Okay, so find something. It's just a one sentence prompt that you're getting here. See what you can make out of it. It's kind of interesting. In a one sentence short prompt like this, you could probably get 20 different reflections. And they're all good at this point, whether you're reflecting sustained talk to build safety and empathy, or you're reflecting change talk to move the conversation in that direction. It's all good. We're just practicing reflecting. If you're doing this, I would encourage you to stay with the reflections and the affirmations. The questions tend to be easier. Notice if you feel an impulse to give advice. Sometimes those can be embedded in a closed-ended questions, but for now, I would say stick with the reflections and the affirmations. Let's see, I think it was Matilda. Good job, Matilda. And hope you have a wonderful rest of the day and a wonderful rest of the week. If you're interested, move on to the next one, which is picking what to reflect, and I'll show you how that works in the next tape. See you soon. Bye-bye.